incredible story of survival being called a Christmas miracle. A family of 3 trapped in the snow for 2 days after visiting southern Utah.
News specialist Lad Egan is live in the newsroom, and this all happened after following GPS down the wrong road. Lad?
Yeah, that's right, Ashley. The Klein family from Pennsylvania, mom, dad, and their 10-year-old son were headed here to the north rim of the Grand Canyon. What they didn't know is that unlike the south rim, the north rim gets a lot of snow and closes for the entire winter.
And then the road got a little more narrow and more gullied.
After visiting Utah's Bryce Canyon National Park, Karen Klein and her family wanted to see the north rim of the Grand Canyon. When they found the gate closed for the winter, they used GPS to find an alternate route.
The car got stuck in the mud, and for an hour we tried to get the car out.
Looking for a cell phone signal, she set out in a parka and knit cap with only a small pack of Cheerios. She hiked for hours until darkness and exhaustion set in.
So I kept myself awake. I just talked to myself and rocked back and forth to stay warm.
That night, after eating aspen twigs for food, she huddled under a tree.
This is not how my life is going to end. I can't leave my son without a mom. I can't leave my husband without a wife. I'm not letting my parents bury me.
But Friday, after she pulled a muscle and one foot wouldn't fit back into its shoe, she feared she might not make it. She could only move 10 steps at a time.
Yeah, I was taking my pants leg and lifting it to move my leg forward.
At nightfall, she finally made it to the visitor center, only to find it closed. That's when she saw a park ranger cabin.
So I walked up to the porch and I broke the glass with my elbow and crawled into the house.
With no food or electricity, she wrapped herself up in blankets and waited.
Even though the wind was blowing pretty hard and everything, we were gaining ground on her all the time.
She didn't know it, but her husband had walked the opposite direction and got cell service. Rescuers had already found him and their son.
I began to yell for her and pound on the door, and she didn't respond at all. In fact, it was probably 2 or 3 minutes before I actually heard her voice.
We're going to take a look, okay?
Okay.
While recovering at the hospital in St. George, her feet are in bad shape.
When I touch here, can you feel that?
No.
Okay.
It's a wait-and-see situation to see if she'll lose some of her toes. Even so, just like while hiking in the snow, her focus remains on her family.
The walking took a little bit of a toll on our son. He has a little bit of frostbite on his foot. Emotionally, he's a little distraught by the whole ordeal.
Karen ended up hiking 26 miles for 30 straight hours. She readily admits that she feels foolish for not knowing that the area is closed in the winter. The Sheriff's Department says it happens a lot and to not rely completely on GPS. Dave, as for ever visiting the Grand Canyon, the Klein family says it's still on their list, but maybe they'll come back in the summer when it's a little bit warmer.